Hi, my name's Jodi Franklin, and I'm a certified functional medicine practitioner, certified health coach. Thanks for putting your trust in me in inquiring about my services. And I'd like to tell you a little more about it to make sure it's a good fit for you. So in functional medicine, what we do is we seek to get to the root cause of diseases and health issues and put them into remission. And we do this by really looking at lab work from a whole different perspective. Even if you've had lab work done before and everything's in reference range, that doesn't mean everything's optimal. And I can usually glean a lot of information from existing lab work. So before I even meet with you, I would want to get any lab work that you've had over the last 2 years, and you can email it to me. My assistant Cher will take that. I'll put her info in the notes in this email. So you can email it to her, and the email is HIPAA compliant, so there's no problem emailing it. You can also fax it if you need, so let us know if you need to fax the information. And I will analyze that, I'll look at that, and I would have you fill out the health history form on my website. And really take your time filling out this health history form if you're going to work with me. I need to know dates and times of what happened. When did you start feeling bad? What precipitated that? Did you travel? What medications are you on? I need to know brand names and dosages and everything that, that you possibly can give me in terms of details with what your gut feeling is, what might have triggered this issue in your system. So give me all that information. I will probably spend a good hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, looking through and mapping out and figuring out what I think is going on with you. And then I would meet with you for about 90 minutes the first session. And I will tell you what I think is going on and give you some action steps to take right away. We may need to get more lab work. Now, the lab work is covered by your insurance in most cases. If you're in another country outside the USA, you're going to have to get the lab work, and there may be some creative ways we have to figure out how to get them, especially the functional lab work, but it is doable. It's just a little more difficult. So check with me beforehand, and we'll make sure that we can get those labs wherever you live. So we need all that information. I'll meet with you for about 90 minutes, give you action steps, and then I'll actually send you some extensive follow-up notes with some action steps to take right away. Then I usually meet with people twice a month. We start out with a minimum of 3 months. And sometimes this is enough. If it's something like migraines or acid reflux or something like that, I can usually take care of it within that time period. Sometimes things like anxiety and depression, that's sometimes all the time it takes. If you have a more entrenched autoimmune disease, sometimes it takes longer. And it can really take up to a year with some people. But the average time I work with somebody is about 6 months. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes longer. Some people have been with me for years. So it just depends. And we can check in periodically after or meet less frequently as well as you start to feel better. Some of the areas that I specialize in include autoimmune diseases. I work with a lot of autoimmune skin issues. I work with autoimmune pain like rheumatoid arthritis. I work with psoriasis, vitiligo, eczema, just about any kind of skin issue that you may have, acne, and rosacea. So those I work with quite a bit. And then any autoimmune disease, really, anything that you have, any Crohn's disease, colitis, I've been able to put all these things into remission. And so I'm very confident I can help you. And other things that I work with are a lot of type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes, I usually average about 3 months to put it into remission completely. And you can, with the help of your provider, get off your medications with their blessing. And so I work with that. And if you're insulin dependent type 2 diabetic, it usually takes a little longer, sometimes 5 months, sometimes a little longer, because there's always toxicity associated with type 2 diabetes, and depending on how entrenched it is, we have to work on that as well as part of the solution. But if you're in chronic pain, I work with a lot of that, and I've been very successful with chronic pain, alleviating it entirely, people getting off their pain medications very successfully and still having no pain, but again, with the help of your provider, whoever prescribed the drugs to you. And I also work with a lot of hormone issues, thyroid, adrenal, any kind of, PCOS, infertility. We work with menopause issues, hot flashes. Those things are all, we're able to put those into remission and get rid of those issues and help people to feel really good. We also work with a lot of migraines and other chronic pain issues. So those are just some examples of what we do. Depression and anxiety, we work with a lot of, and we've been able to completely reverse it in most cases. So that's really exciting, or at least very much alleviated to the point where people are functioning and feeling good and not having panic attacks and feeling fantastic. So anyway, I would love to help you with whatever health issue that you're struggling with. Functional medicine is very evidence-based. The teacher that I went to has 3 degrees from MIT. She is a scientist by background, chemist, and she is very well researched. The school is called the School of Applied Functional Medicine. If you want to look at that, I have the board certification. It's ACCME accredited school. And so I always feel very confident that I can help people with their health issues. And if you live outside the US, like I said, there's some more lab work that we might have to facilitate. But if you're all set to work with me, you can go ahead and do that. Now, the pricing I'll put in the comments below. And you can set up an appointment with my assistant. The first appointment, we need 90 minutes. After that, the appointments are about 55 minutes each, or 45 to 55 minutes each. So let me know if you have any questions. And thanks again for putting your trust in me. Take care.